Hey guys and gals, let's build the Seasonal Santa's Workshop by Lego. This is set number 40565, and this is like a limited edition set. And if you spend like $150 between December 1st through the 24th, 2022, you can get this set added to your cart. So you got to spend enough to get this, and it's kind of like a free with quotes. So this was provided to me by the Lego Group for review, to kind of advertise for them, but I'm always game for Lego. So this is what we're going to be doing, and I already have the parts keyed up. Now, what I'm planning on doing on this channel the next couple weeks is there's going to be tons and tons and tons of building videos. The reason being is that Lego wants to push out their 2023 sets, so you're going to have a lot of build stuff, and there's a set of stickers. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that we're going to be doing here, and I'm going to need to find some scissors. Hold up. Oh, wait a minute, there they are. They have that individually packaged, but they don't package the glass stuff. I don't understand that. So I'm hoping nobody bothers me or anything like that today, because like this is due within like 12 hours from now. 12, 15, I don't know. My brain is turned off today, so we're going to have to do the figures first, and nothing matches yet. I don't know, I got a piece here that does. Hope they're not holding on to anything. Is this the, okay. So we get another little kid with freckles. I can always use little children's heads. And now I got an official torso for the elf. Okay. Yeah, my apologies about the camera angle. That's the best I can do, because this thing's going to get big as we go. And I always turn off the autofocus because the camera will focus in on other points. So there's the elf. That's why you don't see. I don't ever use autofocus, very seldomly. Only got a. Ooh, that almost fell behind my sofa in here. Well, it's a bed, but I use it as a sofa. No one slept in this room in years. Okay, so I'm looking for a beard. So yeah, this will put you in the holiday spirit. We did the elves thing, so if you put this set together you could have a bunch of elves and stuff like that. Who doesn't like Santa Claus, huh? I was a kid, I always used to like going to the mall to sit on Santa's lap, and oh, he's actually holding a paintbrush. And I would always, I remember one year I asked for this, the Lego fire station. It was like the big red thing with the 2 roll-up doors and the fire trucks and stuff. And Santa brought it for me that year. I still remember that. I remember asking a bunch of other stuff that I wanted when I was a kid. And like I wanted a new bike. Never got a new bike though. I had like an old bike from the 50s. Kind of now wish I still had that. But, now let's see if I can set this manual up here on the table. So yeah, a lot of Christmas memories, and the whole point about also doing these type of reviews is it spark a memory while building, you know. Good for story times. And yeah. So I actually managed to get a bunch of stuff done around my house, and still working on my car. Videos, some things I'll be talking about may be out of sequence because I've already filmed a bunch of reviews and I talked about some topics, so that's pretty much how it is. And I can't talk about other sets, so I can only focus on this one. I can focus on my own mocks and stuff too. So, oh, okay, Lego does this. See, we're doing everything upside down in this manual, and I'd do that in mine because it's easier. Well, I mean, come on now. I mean, it's just common sense. So I do that too. I do have a few tutorials this year. I'm going to wrap up. And this year, though, wrapping up on my main channel, I've done tutorials every Friday, I believe. I don't know. Don't hold my breath on that one, but every Friday this year, I did a new tutorial. So, yeah, that's like a new one for me. I don't think I'm ever going to continuously do a bunch of tutorials, but I always enjoy doing the tutorial stuff with you guys and gals, so that's pretty much how it is. And I've already started January and February's tutorials for 2023. I can't wait to do those. Unfortunately, I can't do anything because I got a lot of sets to review. So now I see why a lot of YouTubers, when they get into this program, they switch from building mocks to reviews. And it's a nice little platform. So I hope I don't become one of those. I'm hoping not. Yeah, I don't think I have these track pieces in black. Well, now I do. Remember when those first came out? I was so excited for those. Now I got a bunch of them in the collection. Yeah. My dentist texts me and says, "You got an appointment to do this Friday." So I got to go there, and they're probably going to find problems, no matter how good I take care of teeth. It's like, yeah, well. But unless it's a dying emergency, I ain't going anywhere for the holidays. So my dentist says, "You need to come back in here." One time they did it a day before Christmas Eve, and to do something, it was going to be pretty pricey, and I said, "Oh no, you're going to wait until the new year. I'm not doing anything." Can it wait? Oh yeah, it'll wait. It could wait a few months. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm not doing it now. I want to be able to enjoy my holiday too. You know. Sometimes I think doctors just find something wrong to get you in their office so they can get paid. You know. But I will save the nasty rants on that one. So far, so good. The build's pretty straightforward. Sub-step. So I'm trying to get a bunch of sets done today. I actually got this one here has got to be done first, and then I got like two more that I have to do that came in with the bundle. They're not due well into December. And then I have one that I just finished up the other night. So, oh, that's dark green. I thought that was black. No, that's dark green. That's a dark green 1x2 plate with technical pin thing. Well, I'm trying to find one more of those slopes. And yeah, oh, I forgot to mention this in the part review. Look, we get a game controller too. And it's pink. There's no blue one in here. We got blue roller skates. You know, and a lot of the guys who watch these unboxings, they miss out on a whole bunch, because here, when I do the builds, I'm trying to find one more of those, but when I do the builds, oh, here it is, we get to look at the parts as we go, where on my main channel, it's just, I get it done real quick and get it out of the way. You know, some like, why don't you spend all this time, because I don't want to spend all that time doing unboxings. I want to build. I want to put things together, not. Okay. Here's this minifigure. Let's spend 20 minutes talking about it. You know, there's some out there who do that. I can't. I just cannot get into that. All right. Oh, we got stars by it, or some kind of glow. Must be a conveyor belt or something to send the toys out to the sleigh. Okay. I have never owned any of these little lattice windows. Pretty cool. Now I do. I think they'd use black, not that gray color. Or at least put the black in there would have been better. But you know, when we build this stuff, we always see like, why do they do this? Why couldn't you do that? You know. Well, we know when I'm done reviewing this, those are going to get ripped out and used for something cool. I can already see a few ideas for those lattice windows. Not going to mention here because there is, sadly, there's competition who watches my stuff and likes to beat me to everything, so I don't mention really much of anything anymore. And that's sad too. The old heydays of the Lego community, we all helped one another. We just respect each other's work, and that was the end of that. And sadly now, if I say, hey, I'm building a Lego car, next thing you know, there's people out there who are already releasing it now, well before I even get mine done. So I kind of keep everything hush-hush. Like I'm saying, oh, I'm building a Lego house. Well, you don't know what kind of house I'm building or something. I'm not building a house now, but I'd like to get back into it. But if I did, I was thinking about how would I like to do those. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. They say we're supposed to go into a major cool down out here. It's like in the 60s right now, which is, some people back east are complaining it's really cold for them. Out here, I guess it's cold out here for us. I'm going outside in shorts and a short sleeve t-shirt just to cool off. Like in my house, it's hotter than it is outside. I'm not even running the furnace. You know, I know back east in the States, you know, 'cause I'm on the west part, but back east though, you know, everybody's cringing about the high cost of heating your home, and I'm like, well, where I'm at, it's not the heating. You know, I ran my furnace only one time so far this year, and it was cold at night. I said, oh, I got to turn it on, just take the chill off the house. The house was sitting like in the 50s. Because out here, yes, the daytimes are like in the 70s, but in the nights it gets down into the 20s real quick. And if you've ever been into the desert, you know, everybody thinks the desert's always hot. At nighttime is probably the time you want to move around because it's very cool. Very cool. Well, these are not really stable so far here. Pretty wiggly. So yeah, so far this is not a really bad build. You know, I'm not complaining through it or anything like that. The last set I did, it wasn't a bad build. It was just very fragile. You'd look at it wrong and it would fall apart. So it was a fun build, just not really practical for my needs. It's like sometimes I'll build a tutorial and stuff like that. And I hear the phone ring. It says it's unavailable. Alright, so far so good. I've been getting requests to build a full-fledged Santa's workshop and stuff, and yeah, I may do that one day. I have all the stuff to do it. It's just time. And usually projects like that I have to plan like 6-8 months in advance. You know, how big is it going to be? Do I have all the stuff to make the slopes? some random keyboard sitting on this unfinished counter. And I think that goes there. Okay, there's a 1x1. I didn't really see that 1x1 there. It's like, well, how do they do that? You have to really pay attention to some of these manuals. And when I go through my manuals and I write them up, that's the thing I check. Can I see that part? If I can't see it, or if it's something I'm going to get confused, somebody else is going to get confused too. And I don't want that to ever happen. You know, if you're buying a manual of mine, or you're buying from me, I don't want those manuals to be so hard to figure out. Even I'm having problems. If I'm having a problem reading my own work, then there's a problem there. That means I have to, I'll have to get myself into some shape here to clean that up. That's why it takes forever for me to write up a building guide, because I want to make sure that you are getting a good build experience for the buck. Alrighty. Sub-step. Okay. So far so good. And this is not a bedside unboxing, because I got to get this done lickety-split. I'm going to try to get it done and reviewed real quick and up on YouTube. Right now I'm processing, and those are pearl silver, by the way. I'm processing a bunch of videos for another set you won't see for probably a couple of weeks. So a lot of things right now are just all over the place just to get them done so I can get them out of here. 'Cause I want to enjoy my holidays too. Don't get me wrong, Lego's a nice fun hobby, but it's also, when you're doing the ambassador stuff like this, it's all on deadlines. So to me, this is not really vacation time. Okay, then we have to flip it over. And yeah, so far this little set's got some nice little pieces. I don't know where the stickers are going to go on yet. I hate to think it's going to go on some of these tiles, but well, I got to be careful. Yeah, don't press down on that. I can just see that breaking since it's brittle brown. So I got to make sure it's held up. Hoping you could. No, you really can't see what I'm doing, huh? Usually I have the camera overhead, but this time I decided to change it up a bit. Maybe I'll have to not do that. Or maybe one day film this in multiple angles. Right. And plus I don't script my videos too, so what you're seeing here is the raw uncut footage. So this is like the meat in between the buns. When you go on my main channel, you're just seeing the bun. You've seen the finish, the review and stuff. Here it's my note. This is actually live notes. So in addition to sharing my build experience, I'm also doing that too. So we actually get a set of blue roller skates. I'm waiting for Lego to bring out rollerblades. I rollerbladed before. Used to do tricks and stunts and stuff. I was into those, what do they call it? X sports, extreme sports, or something like that. Skateboarding, rollerblading, surfing. I was never into football, baseball, basketball. I already talked about my experience there, but I almost had a chance to play in high school ball. But you know, back then you just thought I thought I was never good enough, but I kind of kicked myself in the rear for that. So, I mean, I could retell the story briefly here. Basically, I had my PE coach. When we played PE, I was never interested in any other sport, but basketball I was, and I was pretty good at it. In the back of my mind, I knew I was good, but you know, compared to some of the other kids, I wasn't good. And my coach one time approached me and says, "Hey, I need to talk to you after school. You know, you think it's bad?" And he goes, so I went after school, and he's like, "Would you like to try out for basketball practice?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know." I have to think on that one. And he really wanted me to do it. And kind of wish I did, but I never did. I've been one of those basketball people that, in the yearbook for the sports stuff. I didn't want to be known for that. I was a computer nerd, so I don't know, that would not have worked. Alright. Okay, so this just sits inside here, so this just moves. Okay, not too bad. That's what it does here. Okay. So yeah, always do those. I think it's exports. I don't know what it was called. So basketball would probably be the only thing with the ball I would probably enjoy, because I think it's the only sport I can understand. I can't understand football. Baseball I understand, but it's just, to me, boring. Sitting out there in a hot field, just, you know, that sport was just a little too much for me. At least we have a progress bar. Yeah. I can always use more of those snot bricks, huh? Where did it go? Oh, there's two of these. I thought it was just a... You gotta put those two together. I was looking for those in red. No, in sand green. Well, they're in red, so... May need to raise this camera up a bit more. Alright. Well, why are we doing plate after plate after plate, huh? What's the point of that? I mean, we're just plating... We're plate, brick, and a plate. At least it's not two plates and a brick. I guess we're trying to line up the lines here. I don't know if we're trying to go for texture or what. Okay. But anyways, though. Yep, Santa Claus will be coming pretty soon. Visiting anybody who's been good. Hopefully we'll get some good stuff for Christmas. Matter of fact, this Christmas, you know, my family's been asking me what do I really want. I'm like, honestly, there's nothing I want. There's just nothing I really want for Christmas. When you get older, though, you're just not really into, like, I'm just not into Christmas really is that much. When you have a kid around, it's always fun. But as far as for an adult, we got to put that sticker on that. And I didn't get it on there right. Yeah, gonna have to probably spend like 10 minutes of the build doing this. I still have not got my prescription for my vision updated yet. I guess that's 1 out of 2. The other one looks like an old barn door. Well, alrighty. Yeah, I'm just tired. Honestly, doing this after a while all the time is starting to get pretty boring. You know, something, oh, it's a Lego, it's supposed to be fun. You know. Like my camera, I still got a bunch of stuff that I have to back up on it here, and I haven't even gotten to that yet. Right now, I'm just doing one video at a time. I actually have to order another hard drive. I ran out of hard drive space doing strictly reviews, and I have nowhere to store the footage right now, so I have to store it somewhere. And then, ooh, brittle brown, got to be careful. But alrighty. Yeah, so far this is a cute little build. Okay, I never thought about doing this. So what we did here, well, if I can grab it, use one of these little frying pan things, or a sign, or whatever you want to call it, stick that there, and stick the stud here. Those would make great wall sconces if you can get like a nose cone. It goes right there for a light. So yeah, I mean, that's not a bad idea. That's a really good building idea there. And it shows a brown tile, but where does that go? Oh, I see where it goes. There's actually 2 brown tiles you got to attach here. And they're going to do the same thing, I think. No, they're not. You got to pull this thing out first and set in the most 2 bottom tubes. I thought maybe they were sticking these right in these little pegs in the middle. No, I did that in one of my houses. So there you go. It's kind of flimsy there. Wish there was a way to hold that down on a track, but oh, it's backwards. The roller skates are supposed to be here. Okay, well, I'm going to have to pry that apart and pull that out of there. It's supposed to go like that. So let's put that all back together. Yep, a boo-boo. There we go, I fixed it right up. And don't get me wrong though, these little sets are good inspiration too. And I've seen them do this a lot with windows. They'll use these pieces to kind of give it some curvature. You know, where were these pieces at when I was a kid? These would be great for making castle doors and stuff. I wish they would make a profile tile. Alright, let's take a look at the inside because that's the next thing. So far, the inside of this looks pretty cozy and it looks pretty well built. It looks pretty nice. So we'll see if we can get this going here. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see here. So we're actually adding controls to this. So we're using printed tiles. Yeah, I didn't cover some of these pieces in the part explorations. I was just in a hurry to get them done. Somebody's going to roast me for that one. I'll just be like, watch the complete build. Okay, the red one goes on the bottom. Well, that's got a lot of detail in there just for this. I mean, really think about it. It's these little sets, though, that are always fun to put together. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Those are not supposed to go on there. They're actually supposed to go on a plate. I didn't pay attention to the insert. And that's light gray. Did I make a mistake in that last step? Okay, I got to swap out a part. This light gray is supposed to be dark gray. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Who's really going to know? Well, I'll know, but you know. There we go. You think, why did they do it here though? But do it here, I guess, to have the light gray in the back, or to give it more of a dimensional look. I don't know. But still, this looks pretty good. Looks like a little workshop. Need the conveyor belt, and it looks really good. But sometimes in the manual, though, you really can't tell what color. Uh-oh, I have a feeling there's going to be a sticker on that. May have to put the sticker on there anyway, since the brittle brown will break, huh? That's probably the only thing holding it together. And we're using black for this. Alright. Yep, there will be a sticker put on this as I see it coming up. So this is probably one of those sets that's going to have stickers, tons of stickers. It's only got 2 stickers, you know, and so the question is this worth spending $150 for? If you're buying a modular or a bunch of Lego gifts, yeah, this probably would be worth it. That's how Lego gets you in there to spend, and it does work too. Some people collect these. They'll collect them and they'll leave them boxed up. Okay, and I think this goes over the top here. I can never get the sticker on right. And try having astigmatism. It's really tough to get those on there good, but I did it. Alright. Got it the right way too. Must be the door for that too. Let's see here. Yeah, it's kind of facing backwards. This conveyor belt sticks straight out, and this sticks on top. So I guess you're supposed to push that back in, and this opens up. Okay, so that closes down like that. So when you want it closed the other way, I don't know, but and then that's it. Well, I probably would expect this being. What am I doing? Shedding here? There's so many little pieces with this. Look at this. There's just a bunch here just for bag one. I mean, that's all small stuff. I'm not going to complain. I can always use extra printed stuff, so that'll come in handy. Oh, look, even an extra paintbrush too. Hey, I can use those extra accessories. Now we're going to move on to bag two. We're going to do this all now. And let's get started. Oh, I forgot about that one. I'll put that in there too. They always give you extra pieces. I guess some kids either lose stuff or they put it on the shag carpet. My grandparents had shag carpet. Even my parents had it. And shag carpet and Lego just did not mix at all whatsoever. So, and let's raise this up here. Okay. Now I guess we're making boxes. Nothing bad about having another bag opened up. Now I got to hunt for all the parts again. I just remember I got to go paint my wiper arms for my vehicle. I'm restoring everything on it, and I need to get those painted. Didn't have any black Krylon paints. I had to use Rust-Oleum, and I'm hoping that works fine. If it blisters up, these parts are plastic, and I had to prime it and stuff like that and prepare it. So I'm hoping nothing happens, but the problem with Rust-Oleum is it takes a long time for it to dry up. It dries hard, but it just dries slow. Had to make a little makeshift paint booth to paint this stuff. Took a bunch of old cardboard boxes and just kind of made a little paint booth. Alright. That's not a bad idea for a tabletop. Too bad we can't have Lego make more of these in different sizes. Huh. Like a 4x6 jumper plate, then you can places where you can put plates down and stuff. Well, unlike the last Christmas set offer, the one with the elves ice skating, this one here is not as bad with the little pieces, you know, like, I'm being honest, it's this one's not as bad. This one's a little more user-friendly here. And I don't know if you guys and gals can hear in the background, but yes, we still mow our lawns in November and December. Matter of fact, like for me, I have the winter ryegrass, so my lawn is really green. In the summertime it's green, but in the wintertime it's really green. And they want us to ban that. They want to ban that too. Sorry, but I like to have a green yard. Alright. Okay. Well, they tell you to put it on there. Well, that didn't work, and maybe they should have had us put that on there beforehand. And I just noticed that the 2X is actually inside the box. I used to put mine on the outside. So, have to think on that one there. So above here, there's actually stuff. This is actually a shelf. So it's like we got some paint jars or something. I don't know what these are. So I'm going to set these up here. And yeah, it just reminds me though, I have some sets coming in tomorrow, and I think some in Thursday. And these are not due until way later in the year, so I'm not too worried about it. Alright. Okay. Alright, so we're making one of the doors. If these are mirrored, I'm going to do them real quick. They are mirrored. Well, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to do what we do with the big boy sets. We're going to mirror this stuff. So we'll slide that off to the side here. We got to make a set of sliding doors. So the one closest to me, if you're first time watching, this is how I do it. Start with that, right? The one I'm on this side. This is the one I'm working from the manual. Okay, so I'm working on this side, and then we're going to do a reflection on that side there. So if anyone wants to know how I do the reflections, that's how I do them. I hope that's red. Maybe it is. Sometimes I can't tell the difference with colors on these. Yeah, it won't be for long before we have brittle dark red. Oh, yuck, that doesn't look too pretty. Alright, so there's two of these. These are a clone. So, two of them means I got to put them on both sides of the door, so set those there. And I got to make two of these real quick. Now, by all means, if you're building this, if you're building along with me here, you don't have to do the mirror method. You can just build it any way you want. Now, there's no right or wrong way to build with Lego. You just build it the way that it's comfortable for you. Now, there's some YouTubers out there who do Lego, and they tell you that their way is the correct way. I'm here to tell you that your way is the correct way. The way that's comfortable for you, the builder. You're the one building it, right? I'm not building it for you. You know, so you're the one that's going to be building it. You're the one that wants the most enjoyment out of it, so you're going to build it your way. This is just like a suggestion. And I'm going to take one of these and flatten these parts down. The set did not come with the brick separator, so... And I may have to get up here in a second and see if that's not another order coming in. This goes like that. Let me go check real quick. Now, old UPS truck is driving up and down the street. Alright, maybe stopping here. Probably thinking, my goodness, but all the sets I usually get are from DHL anyways. Somebody asked me though, what's the unboxing like on one of these? Like, is there something magical about getting, you know, with the free promos? Is there? No, it's just in a plain old box with just the sets inside and packing material. Nothing fancy. If you're interested in seeing an unboxing on this specific way I can do it, like how are the sets packaged? It's just like any ordinary other unboxing. I just don't do unboxing videos on these, because there is certain things that I cannot leak out. I have to be very careful, and I don't want to have to spend hours censoring and filtering stuff, so that's why you don't see me doing those. Now, if it's my own personal, like buying parts and stuff like that, I don't mind doing unboxings for those. You know. Alrighty. Okay. Using a pair of scissors here to keep the manual in. It's kind of crinkled up. And stick those there. And then there's a plate, a brown plate that goes on the top. So oh, wait a minute, hold on. I didn't see the rotation. Well, that's easy enough. You rotate one, you got to rotate the other. Well, these are easily breakable. I had a fan ask me, well, several fans have asked me, why does my Lego squeak so much? I don't know. I keep everything in a climate-controlled room, so it shouldn't be much of a problem. Hey, stop at my house. I need more parts. Where's my parts order at, huh? I still got a parts order that's outstanding. Where's that at? I need that. I need those parts. In fact, I hadn't even placed the order for the parts for the tiny house yet because I'm still waiting for parts to come in. Like, I need my parts, you know. Alright. Get those mirrored up for you. And then the holiday wreath. Now, I don't know if... Let me look at the box here. It doesn't even show that. Okay, the wreaths are mirrored too. Okay, so when we do the wreaths, they're mirrored, or you can just rotate them too. So I'm going to start here. There's a red one here. But just to be safe though, we're going to test it out and see what happens. Okay, because I don't want to do this twice. Once is enough for Jay. I don't need to be doing it twice. Unless it's like snowboarding, skateboarding, whatever, I don't care. I could do that a million times, but building this is probably just a one-time deal. So there's your wreaths. Pretty cool, just very basic 2x2 round plate with some stud flowers on top. See, if you rotate them, it doesn't matter, so if you mess up, you can just rotate them. I just wanted to see. And this one goes here. That means that this one goes here. Okay. So far, so good. And we got to put rods on these here. There's rods on the inside, and there's rods on the outside. Now I'm holding down like this to clamp it together really good, and I'm going to shove that in there. Oh, but I noticed something. This is not supposed to hang down here, so you may want to slide that up flush. I think it's going to hit the track piece, so just push that one up. So now I know. I saw the building guide. That's what they showed here. Because it will rub it on the bottom portion of that track. So there we go. And we take this thing here and we set our doors in. Okay. Alright. See, I don't have to make the other one. I'm already done. So I can skip all that. Get that out of the way there. Okay. Now we can focus on the top portion of the track. Yeah, I've been getting more fans though asking to purchase building guides, so thing about my guides though is that they come with everything. I even have the Bricklink list where you can download it, feed the list into Bricklink, and you can find all your parts on there too. Make a seller very happy. Alright, let's pop this top part on here. I may want to hold these doors in place. How are those things staying in? Or is it the handles inside? Oh, okay. Uh-oh, Lego, look what happened. You made a boo-boo. Look at that. Oh, man. How did I prevent mine from doing that? I had a stop on this. So there was a plate here that hung out, like one of these slopes, so when it does, it'll catch onto that. You don't have to worry about that. They didn't do that, because they don't make a piece like that yet. I just made my own. Okay. It's like, why do they have this tile in here? What they could have done is they could have put a 1x3 here, and maybe a little slope or just a stud in here would have been fine, or even a tile. So when you close that, it'll just close in place. You don't have to worry about that doing weird things. You know, why they didn't do that, I don't know. So. Okay. There we go. So that now is locked in place. So it looks pretty good so far. I'm happy with this build. It looks really good. And I noticed this line is not quite lined up here. That's how the book shows it here. Right there, right above my thumb. So if you see that, you know, don't freak out or anything. I noticed that too, and I had to look at the book twice to see it. And let's put that on the inside here so I don't trip over that. And then, so far this seems pretty sound. It doesn't seem like it's going to fall apart or anything. And we put this arched window, and I think the arch part goes in next. That's exactly what we do. When I do my manuals, this is how I do them. I would show that this goes in these two, and I would have two arrows showing that that goes on the top last. It saves a page. It saves a step. Ooh, yikes, brittle brown. I've seen these split right in half too. Oh, wait a minute, we got to put some round bricks in these. And these are supposed to line up with this corner here. Okay, so all right. Let's see here. Just about done with this too. The parts are starting to go down. The pile of components is dwindling down. Yeah, this is meant, I don't know what the age limit of this set is. Does it even tell me on the box? 9+. Okay, that's why we're building slow. Okay. If a 9-year-old can put this together, I know I can put it together. I think. Alright. Ooh, that's buckling there. Make sure you have to hold underneath here to secure that down. And some of these, make sure they're running parallel with the tile here, or the slopes, because even I almost made that mistake there. So we're just making a plated roof, and we're just going to drop it down in there. And see, I want to turn them this way, so you got to be very careful there. I was just thinking of something. One of my viewers, Janet, I know she's probably watching this now. She's like, "Oh, he said my name." Yeah. There's certain viewers that I know watches these, and they'll comment. You know. Alright, so we got to build a little sub thing here. Not sure what this is. Let me check. Is this a mirror? No, it's not a mirror. The next thing is going to be a mirror, though. This is actually the ridge piece for the roof. And with my dark red slopes breaking, I'm going to have to learn how to do roofs freehand eventually. It's just how Lego is. As expensive as this hobby is, we shouldn't be having parts breaking. I understand if the parts are like 20, 30 years old. That's understandable with heavy use, but they should never be breaking that easily. Those are not friction. Okay, it's got to be careful. This thing will rotate. And a couple of these. Yeah, so far this set does have some small pieces. I think it's just for detailed stuff. Okay. I think that goes on that top part there, and that's exactly where it goes. And then we've got to build some mirrors. So this goes right up here. Just make sure you finger the bottom there and just push that down. You don't want it to come apart. I think it's just meant to be like a support beam above the roof. Alright, so there's two of these we got to build. So what I'm going to do, make sure here real quick. Yeah, they're the same thing. Okay, this one here is the one I'm working from the manual. This one here is the reflection of that. Let me make sure that it's correct here. Yes, it is. Okay, just double make sure. I don't want to do it twice. Okay, and that's it. Now I can install this one here. Goes on that side. This one goes right here. And this one goes here. Well, I thought maybe that would have... Maybe that's how it goes. No, it actually is sideways like that too. Huh. Not too secure there, is it? And then we got... Why didn't we put these plates on last here, or first? Why are we putting them on this now? That's kind of risky there. What do you put in that hole then? It just sits like that? Okay, so that just sits in there. It doesn't attach to anything. Alrighty. We're getting close to finishing this up, guys and gals, so don't worry. We got to make a lantern here. These are always cool. And then stick that there. See if you can get that a little more centered there. There we go. Oh, look, it even wiggles too. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. If it doesn't stay down, there you go. Now it does. Okay. And we have a candlestick. It goes here. 2 hollow pearl gold studs, candlestick, and a flame piece. Now you know what goes in there. And then the candle goes here. Yeah, this is a nice little cozy build. Good inspiration to make something bigger. And I think that would be it, because now the last piece is the roof and some lights. Okay, so this is not a mirror, I just wanted to make sure. Okay, get this going here. Make sure I'm still recording so I can bore you all to death. And 2x3 there. There. And of course we got these, which tells me this thing is going to be hinged on the roof. And I have a feeling those inverted slopes are going to be attached to... I'm kind of confused here. I think it goes on the seam here, because we got 4 studs difference. So they don't have a 2x2 version of this yet, so they got to use a bunch of 1x2s. And I do that too. These are really a handy piece because it does finish off these weird parts, and it does give it a little bit more strength. So instead of it just hold on with 2 studs, you're actually holding on with 4 studs. So it gives a little bit more strength to attach this. And this should go right here. Well, wouldn't that fit below that? Well, no, not really. Yeah, it's not too bad. Just seems a little bit off. Or did I not push that down in there all the way? No, I never did. Okay, now it fits. But look at that gap there, though. I'm not really too happy with this roof. Alright, it looks like we're making a bunch of gifts. So we'll start putting those together real quick. We're almost done. It's just little bitty parts now. Little bitty stuff. So if you have hands that get sore pretty easily, pretty tender, yeah, this is probably not going to help you. Or you can just sloppily put the plates on. And then what you do is you just come in here and you would just mash it down on a flat surface. Just push it down, rotate it a few times, and it'll straighten up. Just set those right in there. There you go. And then here's more gifts. These are different colors. And this one goes here. And we have a little trophy that goes, a little white trophy goes here. We'll just have the hands and stuff facing towards us that are right there. And another little package. Looks like this one is dark blue and magenta. Yeah, I'm ready to chill out for the night. I'm getting tired of building sets. I don't know when I'm going to get to the tutorials again, but I'm hoping to get going on those soon. Okay, and that's it. We are done. So that's not too bad of a build. That was more enjoyable than the last one we had, but this one's pretty good. Nice build experience too, so we have a few extra tiles. I hope I didn't forget anything. May have to check my work. There you go. That's what you have to back to. And all the bags in total. That's a lot of extra parts for the set. Okay, now we can... Well, I forgot to pick that one up. We'll just say that's snow on the ground. Okay, so let's take a quick look here. We have two nice figures. We have Santa Claus and we have an elf painting. So he's obviously painting some toys. We'll just set him here. Too bad his legs don't move though. And Santa Claus here. I have the older version with the different torso and the non-painted legs. Actually, those are molded. Yeah. So we can set him here. Keep that door closed. It's pretty drafty right now. It's extra warm where I'm at. We just have him do that right there. And have him wave at us here. Set him right down in here. Looks like he's running, but I can get him on a stud here. I'm trying to find a spot to set him down, but there you go. Get this elf out of the way. Lots of little minifigures in here. It's a really tight space. It's not really big. So there's our elf and stuff like that. And so far it's really a nice set. This does move in and out. Basically, this thing is pretty well packed with details. This does slide in and out. And here's the outside. It's pretty well. It's got a lot of detail. This looks, even this right here looks unfinished. Or you think they would have completed around here a bit, but no, they didn't. So this is probably more their budget in stuff here. But you have 6 studs of space. You can walk in there. It does look pretty cool. Just imagine if you build up on this a bit more. Like, maybe I could do that, huh? Finish this whole thing up. Maybe bring this thing out a little bit more. But honestly, though, this is a nice, good inspiration piece. It'd just be something you'd put on a shelf, maybe on a coffee table, just to display it. Other than that, though, I mean, it's playable. You can play with this. Could you drop it in a city? No, it's not finished. You can finish it up as a mock. Complete it a bit. It's got a lot of inspiration, but not bad for a gift with purchase. But now putting it together, and you got to spend $150 for this. Maybe on the higher end, yes. Lower end, I think maybe 120 probably would have been better than 150 on that. But nonetheless, though, it's a really nice build. I enjoyed putting this together.